Finding an art gallery to show and sell your artwork. It's hard work. There are many things you need to do first before approaching any good-looking gallery. These ideas are from our actual gallery owning experiences, not what they taught us in art school. Being on the other side of the fence, we saw firsthand what needs to be done to grab the attention of a prospective gallery representation. We too are artists, and sharing these ideas is for everyone who wants to gain a foothold in a good gallery. How to succeed and gain a spot in a successful art career is the entire point here. First of all, research the market where you want to show. Do a simple reconnaissance of the art galleries you like and learn about what you want first. Then begin the process of finding a home. Research is vital. Look at their advertising, gallery guides, listen to other artists, and certainly go at this well prepared. When you have it together, go in alone and present your case. Never come in with a third base coach or buddy. It's not the way it works having a cohort. Go in alone. Start off with a basic introduction. My name is your first name. What is your name? Then use their name in the next line to help remember it. Using their name, I am the artist and I'm looking for representation in a good gallery. May I show you a page of my work? Look them in the eyes, lean in a bit, and have the page in your hand, moving it to their hands. Having a page of pictures printed out as a handout helps in the introduction. 4 or 6 works. Have your name, address, phone number, email address, and website on the page you hand them for them to keep. Very important. One of those pictures on the page should show a piece on a wall inside a room to show the scale of the piece, next to a lamp or a chair. If they're just the gatekeeper, go ahead and ask them who makes these important decisions about which art gets shown. They may actually tell you and give you more information. Act like you're serious and persist in finding out who you need to talk to. A business card and websites are a must in today's world. Website should show the work and some story about how you got here. Commercial websites do not work as they tend to not be up to date, as the cost is expensive and the gallery wonder how fresh it is. Make yours yours. Learning how to make a website is easy. Many YouTube videos out there help. Business cards should be plain and simple. No need to make them a graphic design masterpiece, just the facts. Name, address, phone, website, and an email address. Make your card stand out. Next, face-to-face meeting of the gallery is a very important task. Get their business card and an email address. Who did you meet? Flip the card over, write on the back of the card the date you met them, write on the back who you talked to, and keep all of those cards in one simple stack. 6. Dress for success. Nothing formal but neat looking and together. Be professional. Look like you are serious. Keep the conversation on the reason you came in, not about the weather, not about how busy they are, not about who else they know or you know, but just focus on you showing with them. Now for the actual work. Look at the page you're going to hand them. Are the pictures fair shots of what you're trying to sell? Does the work fit into what they're showing? Keep an open mind, as they might be looking for work like yours despite what they're currently showing. Framing. Framing is just as important as the work for a gallery. Unframed paintings and works are hard to sell. Even abstract pieces eventually get framed. The slightly too cute gallery wrapped canvases where the painting is wrapped around the side of the painting, well, they're just kind of cute, but they don't sell. They're hard to sell. Frame the work, and the frames do not have to be expensive, just interesting and solid. Making your frames is an art form in itself, but high finish and solid construction is a must. The hanging wire should be about a third of the way down from the top. If they want to actually see the work, they will then ask you to bring in some. Then it helps to have a label on the back indicating date, title, size of the canvas panel, and the medium. Place the label on the stretcher, not gluing it onto the canvas. The hanging wire, again, should be well attached, strong, and about a third of the way down from the top. One of the hardest parts is rejection. If they reject you and you feel certain they're just not ready for your work, send a snail mail, thank you note, back to them in the next few days, not weeks later, but just soon, right after you met them, and address the person you spoke with. Politeness will get you many, many doors opened. Next, no one cares where else you have shown. But if you do not want to act like this is your first rodeo, then don't act like that. If they ask where else you show, tell them, but do not make it a big deal. If you show in their local market in another gallery, they will probably not be so interested. If they are still interested though, be sure to price the work similar to how you have it priced across town, as what is priced in the other local gallery is important for them to know. If the other gallery is far away, they might ask you about your pricing. Then defer to them with how much they would price the work in their space. A collector's list is not that important. It sounds a little bit like chest beating. If they like you, you're in. A list of important collectors sounds a little bit like baloney. If they are important museums, that's different. But no reason to have a collector's list because they won't know half the people on it anyway. The next thing, again, your business card should show your website, email address, and phone number, and mailing address. A picture of your work or even a picture of your face helps, but keep it simple. Next, if they know of anyone else who might be interested in your work, write it down then and there on the back of their card. Another thing to not do is never go in and act like a buyer, looking at some prospective purchase and wasting the salesperson's time. And then pull the old, I'm an artist looking for representation. Deception is never a good way to establish a strong connection with a potentially important gallery. If they are busy, go back later. Simple enough. They're busy completing a sale, you don't want to interrupt them. Come back when they're not doing that. They're not going to be busy all the time, so come back when they're less busy. Next, attend their openings. If you like their vibe and work similarities, get to know them. Before going to the opening, look at their card and try to remember the names of the people you already know there. At the opening, do not take advantage of their free wine and treats. A small token glass is okay if they offer, but do not turn it into a drinking event or a dinner hog event. Be respectful of their situation. They will notice that and they will respect you for it. While you're in there, note any names of the other artists they show and track them down on their websites. Contact them by email if the gallery expresses interest in your work. Ask the other artists if they actually sold any work or if the gallery pays promptly. Slow pay is a good sign the gallery is in trouble financially. Most artists will tell you how they are being treated, especially if the gallery is selling much of the artist's work. Compliment the artist's work and dialogue with him about how they have succeeded. Any gallery who wants you to pay for advertising or promotional upfront is not really cool. Other than maybe a mailing card and attending some shows, don't fall for the victim of paying for the gallery space and advertising expenses and the champagne budget. They'll try all kinds of tricks if they're not reputable galleries. A good gallery will pay for all of that. That's why they're in business. Should they act like they're interested and tell you how much they have to pay in marketing expenses, be a little bit suspicious. If they can sell your work, they will not act that way. Next, if you do get them to take work, make sure you get a consignment agreement that clearly shows which pieces are there and ask them about how they want to price them. They will probably ask you how much you expect to make on the work. Most galleries charge a 50% commission. So let's say you want to net $1,000. Look around and see if they're selling work for twice that. If they price the work much higher, then let them choose how to price your work. They obviously have a going concern and something that you definitely want to participate in. They will probably ask you how much you expect to make on your work. Most galleries charge a 50% commission. So if you want $1,000, they will price the work at $2,000 at least. Some will even ask more, as some buyers want a discount, and if the gallery can net 200% of your net, they will deal. We would frequently price the work up as much as 250%, and if the sale was made, we simply split the increased price with the artist. Needless to say, it made some artists very pleased. Okay, they like your work. They ask you to bring in the pieces that you're going to consign to them. Bring them in, set them along the floor up against a wall, and simply take a picture of them. That way you have a record of exactly what you visually left them for consignment. That is absolutely essential. Slow pay is death. Galleries should pay you for sold work within 30 days. We always paid as soon as the money was clear, and we felt that the work was delivered to the client in good shape. That would generally take a week or 2 weeks. Then a check would go out. That's the way good business is done. A good gallery will email you or call when a piece is sold. They should mention when you can expect a check if they are square. If they are cagey, just beware. Once established in the gallery, find out who owns the place, who owns the business. Developing the relationship is important. If they are vague, elusive, or haughty with serious conversation, present yourself as determined and forthright, not humorous or pale in interest. Stay in contact, but not bothersome. Returning with a small gift helps. A box of candy, a bouquet of flowers, etc. Don't call your contact person weekly. Don't become a problem. Once you start showing there, attend the openings and become part of the scene. Never direct a looker over to your work. Taking the control of the sale away from the salesperson is not cool. Introduce them to the salesperson. The salesperson, hopefully, will then shine the person over to your work, and maybe you'll get a sale. Well, this has been a long list. So I want to say in conclusion, take the time to research that market. Some simple questions. Who else is advertising more? How many red dots are on the walls after the opening? How many other artists do they carry? When is their next opening? In case you're wondering, my name is Preston McCall. Susie Stambaugh and I own McCall Fine Art. We carry a lot of art from a lot of different artists, but we primarily focus on our work. If you have any questions, feel free to call or email us. We'll be glad to help you any way we can. Thank you again so much for watching.